fun, exiting, emotional. These are the words that should describe the general experience of somebody who plays video games. Maybe you're having fun because you're in a fight against 10 men and you're playing as the Batman. You might be having an exciting online game with the boys and simply just enjoying the company of friends. You might be sad because of the death of a beloved character in a story that takes place in the zombie apocalypse. You might be scared of horrifying alien creatures that are trying to kill the man you're playing as you are stranded in space. You might be happy because you finally found a way, a true way, to escape a paradoxical time loop in an office where all of your work colleagues have mysteriously disappeared. But if you're an achievement hunter, let's use that word, then the words fun and exciting are probably not the words you can use to describe your gaming experience. The life of an achievement hunter can feel like a job, a checklist you have to complete before moving on to another checklist. It's a job with little to no reward, but a job that nonetheless must be done. Now sometimes you can get lucky. You can get a game with a good amount of achievements and they're all fair in what they ask. And most importantly, the game stays fun to play. Games like Hotline Miami and Postal 2 fit this bill for me. If a game gets boring quick and has a lot of achievements, well, rest in peace you, my friend, because you're now stuck on this lame ass journey for however long it's going to take. You've already opened the game up now, what are you going to do? You've got no choice but to complete the game 100%. Otherwise, your average game completion rate is going to go down. You can't have that, mate. Now, my gaming life wasn't always about achievements. There were once happier times. Times I could play as little or as much of a game as I wanted to. Absolute bliss. But when I got my Steam profile at level 10, and discovered that you could have a section that showed your most rare achievement, and most importantly, your average game completion rate, that's where it all went downhill. At first, this started off okay. I would go back to games that I just played once and thrown away. Games like Half-Life 2. I replayed it, got to experience the story again, the world, pick up on things that I had previously missed. And I felt like I was achieving something, because I was achieving achievements. It was like an addiction, watching my perfect game count go up and my average game completion rate slowly rise. But just like illicit drugs, at first it can start off fine, it feels good. But years go by and at the end, the drugs give you no joy and you know nothing else. Nowadays, if I'm to buy and play a game, I have to know if I'll be able to get all of the achievements. If they're going to be too hard, take too long, or heaven forbid don't even have achievements, then I simply will not play the game. Now here's a game here, Rise of the Argonauts. I have no idea what this game is. It could be the sickest, most underrated game to ever embrace the Steam market. But how am I supposed to know that? It doesn't have Steam achievements, so why the hell would I waste my damn time playing it? Simply put, I ain't gonna. Burnout Paradise, the Ultimate Box. Crysis 2 Maximum Edition. I've heard these games are great, but I'm never gonna be able to experience them. They are in the no category of my Steam library, simply because they do not have Steam achievements, so I will not waste my time playing them. One thing I'll often ask people is, what are your 6 favourite games of all time, including one trilogy? So 5 standalone games, and then just chuck in your favourite trilogy because it's probably going to be too hard to pick just one of them from there. For me, this list goes, the first Ratchet & Clank, Grand Theft Auto Vice City, Saints Row 2, Dead Space, Hotline Miami, and then the Gears of War trilogy. Now, there is something quite suspicious that 5 out of 6 of these games have in common. And that is that when I played them, achievements either didn't exist or I didn't care about them. I played Dead Space on Steam without any achievements, and I loved the hell out of it. Now, if it had achievements, would I have loved it as much? Probably not, because I can damn near guarantee they either would have been too hard, or I would have had to go back and forth with some guide, collecting all these audio logs, completely ruining my immersion of the game. But surely that's contradictory, because if a game comes out these days without achievements, I'm not going to play it. So what am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is, if you can play video games without caring about achievements, you stay that way. Do not fall into this trap that is addiction and completionism, because once you do, you'll have regrets and you can never go back. This is how gaming works for me these days. I'll buy a game and I'll play it. And I'll enjoy it for the first maybe 30 hours. But 30 hours isn't enough. 30 hours isn't even halfway there. I've got another 50 hours ahead of me. 50 hours of anger, of boredom. 50 hours of my own limited spare time in this prison. This prison that only has one arduous way out, and that is to do every little challenge. Tick every damn box until I can allow myself to leave. And when I finally get out, I don't feel happy. I simply feel relief. And when the sequel to that game comes out, I don't think back to the 30 hours of enjoyment I had. I think back to the 50 hours of pain and swear to myself never again will I visit that world. And then I start a new game. Something different. Something to get away from the killing, away from the guns. I try a racing game. Now, I never really played racing games when I was younger, so I don't know if I like them. But I enjoy driving in real life, I suppose, so maybe it'll be fun to drive like a madman in a video game. So I open up Dirt 3. Now this game is no longer on the Steam store, and this was a big red flag for me, because usually I can go to the store page, look at the achievements, look at the rarities, and see how hard it's going to be for me to complete the game, complete all the achievements. But, being that the game's not on the store, I couldn't do this, so I had to just jump in and find out for myself. So I go in and I start playing. Turns out, I'm not very good at the game. But, I find out that you can change the difficulty setting to whatever you like, because a first place is still a first place achievement wise, so we're off to a good start. And then I get to the Gymkhana sprint events. Nothing but pain. Getting so close to those platinum medals, but again so far. And after slogging it out for hours, eventually I get almost all those platinum medals. But you don't get the achievement for getting almost all of the platinum medals. You get the achievement for getting all of the platinum medals. And thanks to these punks in this bobsled, I don't think I'm ever going to be able to do it. And then, even if I did, the game has multiplayer achievements. Any achievement hunter's worst nightmare. This game came out in 2011, and I'm playing it now, 8 years later. Not only that, it's not on the Steam library anymore, so it's going to be damn near impossible for me to find somebody that's going to play it with me. So the only option I have left is to put the game in the achievement hell category of my library. Spend 10 minutes every day looking at those games and crying. I don't want to do that anymore. I don't have any tears left, but I'm stuck here now. This is my gaming life. This is where I've brought myself. I just want to say, if you've brought yourself here as well, if you're in the same journey that I am, then my brother, I am sorry. All I can say is, you are not alone, and I wish you the very best of luck. Happy hunting.
Legit went that way.
Are you confused, bro?
I am. I thought he was going forward. That's why I didn't cross.